back to our channel. My name is Brock Ferguson, Senior Commercial and Agricultural Account Manager, or CAM for short, as that's a bit of a mouthful. I am based out of our Sarnia office here with Mainstreet. As your CAM, we help to provide you with day-to-day advice on all your business financial needs. This might include buying a commercial property, financing the first farm purchase, creating an operating line of credit, or financing the acquisition of another business. Mark?
And I'm Mark Maseo. I'm the Commercial and Agricultural Account Manager out of the Strathroy region. Today we're going to talk a little bit about buying that first commercial property. It can be a daunting process, and you'll find that sometimes we ask for a lot of different things, both personally and professionally. But we'll help you get through that and explain some of those processes right now. So, what might we ask for and why as we start to evaluate your first commercial property purchase? Well, the documents we're going to ask for fall on two fronts, the personal side and the business side. On the personal side, for every principal that's going to be involved or every owner that's going to make the purchase of the business, we're going to ask for some identity documents, be it a driver's license or a passport. We're going to ask for 2 to 3 years worth of tax returns. Those are your personal income tax returns, along with your latest notice of assessment or NOA from Canada Revenue Agency. We also may ask you to fill out a personal net worth statement. In the end, all these documents help us identify who you are and basically what you're worth, what you have to bring to the table to support the purchase. On the business side of things, we ask for a similar list, but it gets a little bit more complex. We're going to ask for the identity documents of the business, which fall in the form of an articles of incorporation, a certificate of incorporation. We'll ask for the registers, which are made up of the shareholders register, the directors register, and the officers register. All of these list the people who own the corporation, who are directors that guide the corporation, and who are the officers working in the corporation, who are often the signers and making the day-to-day decisions of the corporation. Additionally, we'll ask for a fairly long list of items that have to do with evaluating the overall physical and financial health of the business. Things like an appraisal, a building inspection, an environmental report. Every case is different, but we'll always make sure that we've left no stone unturned to help you evaluate the best possible purchase for you.
Well, as Mark mentioned, when it comes to the specific property you're considering to buy, we at Mainstreet are going to ask for a lot of additional information. Now, this isn't only because we like to ask for information or make your life difficult. This is honestly to help protect you and ensure that you as the purchaser and that Mainstreet as the lender are all well in the know. Now, these items for the property will include a number of things. We would like to see an MLS listing if there is one, so we can take a look at what the specific details are of the property you're going to purchase. We're going to ask for a full appraisal of that property. This appraisal will differ depending on the type of property you're purchasing. If you're buying a single family home as an investment, we'll look at a traditional residential appraisal. If you are buying a farm, we will look for a full agricultural appraisal done by a qualified AACI appraiser. Or if you're buying an industrial property or a strip plaza, we'll also look for that full commercial appraisal by an accredited commercial appraiser. In addition, depending on that property, we may ask for an environmental site assessment completed by a qualified environmental engineer. Now, these, although they can be pricey, they do protect you as a buyer so that you're going in with your eyes wide open, know what you're buying, and know about any potential historical or environmental risks that may be present in that property. And that also protects the lender, because in a worst case scenario, No bank wants to be stuck with an environmentally contaminated property. Depending on the age of the property and the structures on it, we may request a building inspection or building condition report. What this does is it will provide a comprehensive report on the condition of that building. And it will look at everything from the roof, the structure, the foundation, the contents, what's the remaining useful life of that property untouched, or what might it need and what might it cost for those improvements in the near term. And then finally, this list is not comprehensive, but covering the core items here. If you are buying a property for the purposes of generating income, such as a rental property, we will want to see some projections in terms of the type of income you expect to be able to generate from this property over the coming years.
Thanks, Brock. I think that in any deal, we want to make sure that both parties are protected. As you buy a commercial property, all these documents are always aimed at protecting both sides, both the lender and the borrower. The two main things that we're going to look at and establish with some sense of certainty is the ability of the borrower to carry the debt, or as we call it, debt servicing, and we're going to look at some sense of security and the value of the property to be able to support the loan. And that's where the things like the business evaluation, the AACI appraisal, the environmental report will all establish physical aspects of the property, and that in conjunction with the financial history, and as well as potentially a business plan or some cash flow projections, will allow us to see what it's done and what the potential the business might have to generate income. Again, to cover the particular debt you're looking at taking on.
Well, this list of items that we've discussed today certainly isn't comprehensive, as the lawyers would say, may include but not limited to. But hopefully that this was some benefit to you in providing an overview of the important information that's needed and why we might need it.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.